Hey guys, welcome back to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you another epic online commentary for Rome Total War. And as I promised on the last online battle, this is going to be another epic 4 versus 4 on the grassy flatlands. Now in today's episode, it's practically the same players that played in the last episode. What we did after that last defeat, we kind of mixed up the teams a bit and we went at it again. But this time, unfortunately, King's Tig had to leave us, but being replaced by Beast from the Titans clan. So the teams are as follows. It's myself playing as the SPQR. I'm being teamed up alongside Lucius-C-Sulla, who was previously against myself. And then we've also got SP, or in other words Spider Pig, playing as the Macedonians. And last but not least, we've got SP's co-member in his clan, which is Dormor. Now again, I probably mispronounced that name, but there we go, it's us four. Now we're going to be taking on some really experienced players. We've got still GREEK-LEONIDAS, and he's brought the Germans. We've got Hades, who's brought the Scipii, and we've got Beast, who needs no introduction, bringing the Greeks. And last but not least, we've got a guy called Empty, who is Ferroto or Ferrera of the ex-COH clan. So really interesting team here, really interesting players. I'll quickly outline our builds so you know exactly what we've got, and then we'll kickstart this replay. So I've gone for a standard Rome Total War build with the Scipii, get my words out, with the Senate, and that is 6 Praetorian Cav, 14 Urbans. Lucius has brought a Armors General, he's brought 4 Praetorian Cav, 2 Archers, I think it's about 11 or 12 Urbans and 1 Legendary First Cohort. Now this Legendary First Cohort is going to help boost the morale for his units. Spider Pig has gone for 5 Crescent Archers, 14 Royal Pikemen and 1 Militia Hoplite to act as a bit of a peeler screen. And then last but not least, our other ally has gone for 6 Praetorian Cav, 1 Legendary First Cohort I believe, somewhere in there, and then the rest, no he hasn't, he's gone for 2 Archers and then the rest Urbans. So that is our team all together. So we're basically the Purple Romans and the Macedonians, and we're going to be taking on the Germans. Now the Germans have brought 4 Spear Warband, which is a rare unit to see on 31k because it's not a great unit, but it's an okay unit, nothing special, nothing amazing. 3 Berserkers, which is of course what you always want to bring, 6 Noble Gothic Cav, and then the rest Chosen Axemen, which are going to be able to munch through Urban Cohort. Hades has gone for 6 Praetorian Cav, 1 Legendary First Cohort, and then the rest Urbans. Beast, he's gone for 8 Crescent Archers, so a shitload of archers to try and gun down our guys, because we're going to bring archers to try and shoot down principally the Germans, because the Germans have got little to no armour. So that's the reason why Beast has brought so many archers to try and counter our archers that we brought. Then he's gone for 12 Spartans, and these Spartans are going to be at least gold, if not gold with maybe 1 or 2 chevrons. So these guys are going to be packing a punch. They're going to be really hard to beat. And then we've also got the Julii player. He's brought some war pigs. Now it's really rare that you normally see these incendiary pigs. I've got no idea how they're going to do. I can't remember how they do, but they're quite interesting. He's brought 6 Praetorian Cav and then the rest Urban Cohort. So let's kick this off. Let's see exactly what goes on. Now first things first, Beast as always has only got 1 track speed, and that track speed is run. He doesn't walk anywhere, he runs. And what he's going to do is going to charge in all of these Spartans. As you can see, they're running across the grassy flatlands and they're going for one particular person. They're going straight for me. So what I'm going to try and do, my army here, I need to run them over here to meet up with my allies, but I'm pretty sure Beast is going to catch me before that happens. Just check him out, all of his guys running full pelt, his general's in the thick of it, he's just basically gunning straight for me. What I need to do is try and get my guys into a formation, try and stand still and potentially slow him down. But all of his allies, all of his teammates are rushing in there. You can see the Julii are coming in behind. Hades is coming in with his cav, and Hades is coming in with his infantry. Looks like the Germans are slowly making their way. They're actually running, but they've got quite some distance to go before they catch up. So Beast is first on the mark and is straight into my guys. Look, slamming straight into my flank. I'm going to try and stop my guys now, put them into guard mode, and just try my very best to try and snag up these Spartans, and maybe try and get Beast to get out of formation. I'm going to try and swing my cav around the flank here. Now what I'm hoping to do, if I can get my cav around the back, I might be able to do a hammer and anvil strike. But to be honest, it's not really going to work too well, because just check out all of these Cretan archers. These Cretan archers are going to gun straight for any units that try and flank him. Now really nice move here from Lucius-C-Sulla. What he's done, my guys have been snagged up, but he's chucked in all of his units here to try and make sure that he's blocked that gap, to make sure that we can try and separate all of these Greeks away from their allies. So that's exactly what Lucius has done. Really nice play here. So he's pulled off his guys, he's snagged up all of these Spartans. Now one little manoeuvre that Hades has done there, Hades ran in this cav, unfortunately ran his cav straight into these Macedonian pikes. So he's lost quite a few cav units. The cav units will come back, but he suffered really heavy damage there. So in the meantime, I've pulled my cav around the flank, and here we go. I'm going to try and slam straight into the back of these Spartans. But as you can see, they haven't done too much damage because these Spartans are just so heavily upgraded. Again, my other ally is going to chuck in his cav, and we're just trying to slap. We're trying to crash straight into these Spartans. We're trying to cause these Spartans to rout, but just look on the upgrades on these units. We can't seem to beat them. Now in comes the Julii cav. Now they're going to try and shoo away all of these Praetorian cav, all of the Scipii, the Senate's cav. The next thing they're going to do, they're going to try and go for our units. So just check this out. In comes the German cav. Again, they're trying to rout our units here. Now the Julii cav are getting ready for a cav strike. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to charge in my cav to try and snag them up. I'm going to charge them in and then put them into guard mode. My plan is just trying to hold them still, so that my allies can then come with a nice cav charge. Now, unfortunately, they're a bit too slow here, because what's going to happen, my cav is now going to rout by the time Lucius comes in his cav, and by the time other ally comes in his cav. So they're going to charge in here. Now what's going to happen, the Germans are going to see that. Now they're going to try and counter this. They're going to split two of the cav units to come onto that flank, and the rest of them are going to charge straight into the centre here. So they're going to try and now encircle my units. They're going to try and encircle the Senate units. Just a nice little charge here. But we're going to counter that now, and we're going to charge straight back into our cav. And that's basically going to be a bit of a slog match here. It's going to be a bit of a fight to the death, as the German cav and the Julii cav take on the Senate cav. But I've managed to pull off a couple of my urbans here, and Lucius has done exactly the same. We're trying to surround these German cav, and that German cav is now bitten the dust. That German cav is now surrendered. They're now routing and running off the battlefield. So in that nice little fight there, what we've managed to do, we've managed to nullify the German cav. So the German cav is all gone. The Julii cav is practically all gone. The only thing that's left is the actual Scipii cav, but it looks like the Scipii cav are trying to chase down these archers at the moment, but they've only got 1, 2, 3 units left. So they've got 3 cav units, and we do have quite a lot of cav units left on our side at the moment. So things are looking good at the moment. Things are looking pretty favourable for us. But just check out what's going on here. My infantry is still snagged up on all of these Spartans. So my infantry has been slowly bitten to death, and we're slowly being killed. And as you can now see, some of my Scipii units, the purple Romans, the Senate, are now starting to rout. And now just look, here comes the Germans. Now the Germans have eventually got into the battlefield, and they're ready to strike. They're ready to turn their Berserkers into Berserk mode and just crash straight into our units here. And just check them out. My guys now intimidated. My guys now starting to rout. I've only got a handful of urbans left in this battle here. And look, these Macedonians are trying to hold back these Greeks, but the Greeks are doing really well here. They're trying to chew through all of our urbans, and now the Berserkers are now being activated. Look, our general is now dead, my general is now killed. That's going to lower the morale for my units, so I'm getting pretty worried at this stage. The Germans are coming in, and look, all of these Senate units are now starting to chain rout. Now look at this. These units are now crashing through the sides here. The Macedonians are getting scared. The Macedonians are starting to rout. This is the Macedonian general. Can you see him? He's holding his ground. But look, he's not going to be able to stand still too much longer, because just all of these Berserkers are just crashing through his ranks. And look, there we go. Now the Macedonian general is gone. I've lost my general. The Macedonians have lost their general. So the opposition, the Germans, Beast, Hades, they're doing really, really well here at the moment. All of these units started to chain route. I now put my units into Testudo, and all I'm going to try and do is just bide some time, and hopefully my allies can now just try and reinforce. But what has happened, really nice move here. Lucius has decided, look, there's no point trying to defend my wing. My wing has now been absolutely decimated. He's pulled his camp back, and now he's managed to actually take out Hades. So it's now turned into a 3 versus 3 at the moment. So we've got the Julii, we've got the Germans, and we've got the Spartans. And they're going to be taking on the Senate, and they're going to be taking on what remains of the Macedonians. So really, really nice move here on behalf of Lucius. He's charged in here, he's just trying to finish off Hades' units, because at the moment, sorry, it's a 4 versus 3. I'm pretty much out of the battle, but Hades is just hanging in there at the moment. But look, just check out all of these Macedonian increased archers. We're shooting the backs of Hades' units, and the Hades' units will start to chain route anytime now, especially once this cav charge comes in. And look, that's it, boom, dead. Hades is now out of it. So look, we're just chucking in a couple of Senate units. We're just trying to hold back these units here, preventing them from crashing into us, because the minute these Germans come and attack us, the minute these Spartans come to attack us, they should be able to gun us down. It's the only thing that we can do. We've got our archers here. We're going to try and pepper these units, use the fire attack, and try and lure the morale of the enemy. But just look at them, they're coming crashing in. These Berserkers in are blood's lust at the moment. The minute they touch any of our units will start to rout. Look, Senate unit is now routed. And again, these units are still crashing in. They're crashing into the back of these urbans. They're just killing loads and loads and loads of men. And what they need to do, they just need to support these Berserkers. And look, even more of these Senate units are now starting to rout. So we're going to chuck in everything that we've possibly got. We're just going to pray that we can somehow try and beat these units. We'll just check out these Spartans. These Spartans can beat urbans. These Germans can beat urbans. We're just holding the line, praying that we can try and hold back the line. The last battle we lost. We don't want to lose this battle. And look, even more Scipii units, sorry, Senate units are now starting to rout. But thankfully there's 1 or 2 German units that are now starting to rout. At this stage we're shouting at my allies saying, look, you've got several units here, bring them back into the fight, bring them back in. We need to use them to actually destroy this unit, destroy this army. But what I didn't realise, these actual units, well, one of them were actually mine. I never realised I had the unit that came back, so that's my mistake. But now, eventually, thank God, the Germans are now starting to rout. So that's really good. So things starting to come towards our favour eventually. But just look at all these Spartans. These Spartans will beat our units. There's no doubt upon that. We're just trying to hold the ground of these Macedonian units. More of these Senate units are now starting to rout. But we've managed to now surround these units, but it hasn't worked. The units that we used to surround them are now starting to rout. So it's now gone back in the favour of the Germans, back in the favour of the Julii. And look, the Macedonians are now starting to rout. So we've pretty much lost this, but the only thing we can do is throw in more and more and more Scipii, more Senate units, and just basically pepper them with more and more arch units, and just hope we can stand our ground. Because look, Senate units now starting to rout. What I'm now going to do, I think I now realise my error. I realised this unit was mine. I'm now going to pull them back. These guys are now fresh. They've pretty much been sitting there for the entire battlefield waiting to be used, and now I'm going to use them. And just look, more of these Senate units are now starting to rout. The Germans, oh thank God they've started to rout, and in comes the Senate cav for another cav strike. Now we're starting to wrap up this flank, and now we're starting to beat these Julii. These Julii are now starting to get a bit scared. They're getting a bit worried. They were winning the battle, but now my units are now eventually coming, and in comes the Scipii, the Senate cav. We've now eventually managed to actually wrap up this flank. The next thing we need to do, we need to chuck in all of our guys here, chuck in all of our archers, and try and shoot these guys. But it's a little bit too late, because the Senate is now starting to rout, and the Macedonians are now starting to rout. The Greeks are still in there. It's still really pretty close. But here we go now, the Julii starting to rout, and this is it now. This is the time we start to turn this battle around. Now we can try and win this. The Julii have only got 1 or 2 units left, but now we can surround. Look, just check out beasts, crescent archers, they're all out of ammunition, but they're going in there with their knives, they're going in there to try and kill as many units as possible, but it is really to the wire, it's really close. The Julii have now started to rout, now it's starting to go into our favour. All we need to do is just chuck in all of our units through and everything we've possibly got, and potentially we can just cause this last little unit here, this last little army to rout, and bang, they start to rout. And that is it. We've pretty much won this. It was close, to be honest. I thought we'd lost that at the very beginning once my army had been taken out, but my allies played really well there. Beast played really well as well. I mean, his Greeks were basically in there to the very end of the battle. They managed to take out loads and loads of my guys and loads of my allies. It was incredibly tough, incredibly hard. And guys, I really hope you enjoy that battle. So let's just double speed this for 2 moments. The replay is going to be over at any time now. The opposition just been finally mopped up, and they've now thrown in the towel. So let's have a look at the kill counts. Let's have a look at the scorecard to see what the damage was, see how many kills we managed to actually get. So it was a really close victory, really close. And as you can see, it even says close victory on the scorecard. I got in a poor 704 kills. Lucius-C-Sulla, again, excellently well played. 1900 kills practically. As well, look, Spartan Pig, Spider Pig, and Dormor, again, really good there. 1300 kills, 1700 kills. But just check out the kill count on Beast. Beast got 2149 kills. So his units really did mop up the battlefield, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. His allies weren't able to get as many kills as they wanted to. The Germans were too tired by the time they engaged, and Titans, unfortunately, Hades lost a few of his cav units in a premature charge into those Macedonian pikes. So guys, let me know what you think of the replay. Leave a little comment. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for the next installment of Biscuits Total War, of Rome Total War goodness. Cheers and thanks for your support. Bye now.